met before, haven't we? You arrived with your companions when we encountered those creatures. Your name is Little Archer, is it not?
Little Archer. Yes, Little Archer.
Hey!
A wonder and a pleasure that we should meet again so soon. It is providence.
Bad luck is the only thing that the divine has ever provided you.
Oh, if you have not yet tried one, these pastries are also divine. Would you care for one? No, thank you. No, wait, that's not why. We're on our way to the theoretical of Rustion.
Theocracy.
Rustan. We're rather in a rough. We need to find the passage on a ship. Oh dear, I'm afraid you'll find none to assist you. No ships are leaving port. Pardon? You see, I find myself heading home once more to my beloved Ruston as well. And actually, quite well known with the powers that be here in Port Chris. So I ordered them to ready the finest passenger vessel for me. But both merchants and passenger ships are like a too frightened to set sail. It seems a giant ghost ship has been sinking every ship it finds.
What that I could confront it, I could stop its foul villainy in a moment. Alas,
It's just such a shame. Yes, that is troublesome. Still, must get to Rustian. You needn't worry much. After all, if the sea is close to you, simply follow the overland route.
the overhead compartment.
Just climb in there, get right in there.
It's just like what Lion Witch in the wardrobe. It just there's the tunnel in the back.
It's a tight squeeze, but on the other side, quite spacious. It's roomy.
On the other side is John Malkovich. You just look through his eyes, and then everything's fine.
The overland route.
And that's a terribly roundabout path to travel. Oh, it is. But don't you see? The hardships of the road are truly blessing. They will toughen you and strengthen your resolve when you need to face great evil. For example, I've been tasked with a great trial in order to better me. I understand my path, O knowledgeable forces of providence. I, your faithful servant, Little Archer,
La Rochelle.
shall overcome with faith and divine strength.
Now listen, La Rochelle. You might be thrilled about going the long way, but...
Now come, we are leaving. Don't fall behind.
Wait for us, Lady La Rochelle. Come on, Redak. We run till we drop. First one to collapse from exhaustion is the winner.
Help. Why is this happening to me? I think me and Renak definitely have, like, a bond on that level.
Same energy.
Yeah.
One eternity later.
We're gonna play the game. We're gonna stab some people. Oh god, we've got to take Tana with us.
Oh no.
Oh, no. No!
No!
You know what? I'm just gonna start the fight, because we can do all the relative formation movement we need to do. The only issue I think we might have is I don't know if the pirates on this are programmed to destroy the houses.
Okay, yeah.
But, we can sort of try and position everything into where we want to be, so we can, like, put item, equip him with the iron sword. His crit rate's going to drop through the floor, but we can, like, build the formation as we want it to be.
Yeah. So in other words, put everyone in front of Tana.
Yeah.
And hope that she survives.
That's kind of my theory. No one can kind of get to past Seth. So, I think I want swords equipped here. No, I don't. I want lances, because they've got lances. But yeah, I want to go back, and we were talking about dialogue a second ago. And this we literally went from dialogue into dialogue, which proved exactly what I was trying to make the point of. Is like games not sometimes understanding the audience, or like the joke I made in one of the groups where I started the conversation on dialogue was sometimes you get the feeling like writers for RPGs think that Shakespeare was like standard conversation rather than like over the top dramatization.
I think that it's better these days. I mean, a lot of games back in these days were just like, okay, we've got all this information to go through, and we have to get through all of it before the game ends.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays, like, Mass Effect is a good example of this, because you can a bunch of stuff comes up in dialogue, but if you want to know more, there are codexes.
Yeah.
That you can go into at your leisure.
That is a great level up.
That is a great level up.
But yes,
I'm not sure games like back then. I mean, especially on like the GBA, are going to have like a codex section, are they?
Yeah.
I mean, they could.
I think
there's nothing to stop them, but
I think also like one of the points that I was making is sometimes like the gameplay as well as the language should be like part of the dialogue of the game, right? Like the game's language that it's trying to converse with you with. This is a very turtly set of motions, but you know.
Yeah, I noticed. My favorite.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But there seems to be like a lot of games that sort of get the balance wrong, in my opinion. And someone put it really well, and it was like, I like games with a lot of dialogue and a lot of world building, as long as I get to choose when I interact with that. Like,
How do you feel Three Houses did that?
I have not played Three Houses because I do not have a Switch. If people want to donate me a Switch, I'm not going to say no. Oh, look at all these reinforcements that magically appeared. Right.
I mean, to be fair, Fire Emblem games are great if you like ponies.
If you love horses,
yeah.
Fire Emblem is the game for you.
I feel like, yeah, that's...
Right, we might have to be quite sparing with loot. Because she's got 4 attacks. We've used one of those.
Wait, what?
We didn't find somewhere that sold...
sold books?
That sold books. Who needs
Really?
the library?
I suppose there aren't that many books going in a blacksmith, are there?
Not many, usually.
Mm.
If you do
Fair
switch co-ops. What we're talking about when we say, like, switch cooperatives, right? Where can they attack? So they can either shoot him or attack Seth. They can't attack Luke. They can't attack Luke. I wonder if I put Erica here, if the sword fighting unit would be tempted to come and get us. There is an item shop here. Yes. One of the games, going back to dialogue, that I think does dialogue in quite a good way is Tales of... any of the Tales of games, because they have what's called the skit system. So, like, a lot of the additional dialogue is, like, in and out. I'm not saying that there's not points of, like, massive chunky cutscenes, but I usually find that their cutscenes at least, like, forward things.
Okay, the cutscenes are fine. The problem I have with those games is that I hit him over here. Okay, you did fine over there. That's great what you did. Okay, I did this over here too. I'm fighting too. Don't forget about me. I'm having a great time.
Is this in the battle section? Like when they're fighting?
Yes, when they're fighting and everybody decides that instead of just fighting, we all have to be having dialogue at the same time as well.
Yeah. Do you like dialogue? Don't hit. God damn it. I said don't. Please don't do the thing. Are we just going to get, like, reinforcements every turn?
Yeah, why not? It's a good leveling, like, map.
We would like you to level, please. Right. Do we...
Speaking of leveling, by the way, Gareth.
Yeah.
I completed Breath of Fire 3.
Ah. And how did you feel about the ending? Also, only got 4 attacks. Me.
Oh, nice.
I mean, Arta.
Yeah, I really liked it. I think that it's... having played like more RPGs since 1997, the story isn't anything like groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Which may shock nobody, but no, I think for the time, like it's actually a very good game. I think it deserves better than the sort of like mediocre response from the journalists that it got at the time. So, yeah, I'm hopefully going to put a little video out that should be useful for people who have not played it.
Good. Have you actually been filming it while you've been playing?
I'm gonna be honest and say that I did not, because I was enjoying like just being sat in my pajamas, just with my feet up like this, just like, you know, playing like. So I didn't.
Yeah,
but,
that's fine.
You don't need footage. Well, you need footage, but you don't need
I would
direct
like to
footage of what you're doing.
Yeah.
When you're doing a video review, you can always like just
Steal
troll
someone
YouTube
else's.
and steal somebody else's.
Crimes. Sweet, gentle crimes.
Yes, because nobody else is stealing anything from YouTube.
No, I've never stolen anything.
These,
I've never stolen
nobody's
anything
ever
from the
doing
internet.
these,
How dare you?
I'm reacting to somebody reacting to my reaction videos, you know.
Maybe we should do that between our two channels, John, is react to each other's stuff just for...
Oh, God. No. There's enough of that on the internet already. Like, it's pathetic, to be quite honest.
Yeah. I think we might be going for a shopping trip somewhere on this map. I also like how Hoost has pointed out that Arta, it's like, to get Arta to crit every time, they must be on 1 HP. Right. Yep. Cool. So we can kind of, from here, just sort of like re-armor everyone and... Hang on. Who can you attack? So if we go above her, we should be safe. And the other thing that I believe Pegasus Knights are weak to as well is mages. Just
I thought you were going to say wind then for some reason.
Yeah, wind magic, in fact.
Hmm.
How do you feel about wind? I hope they're not going to destroy that house. That would be very upsetting. He touched Seth. He touched him. That's enough internet today, Gareth.
For him?
Probably in a very similar fashion to how it works out when people touch Franz.
Yeah.
Like this. Let's put it this way. I get a lot of mileage out of the Fist of North Star with Franz.
Did I... the last time I was on this, did I get to tell everybody how I felt about the Doctor Strange movie?
No. You can talk about it. I think the reason you might be confused is that you mentioned it in Discord.
I did, yes.
Because I mentioned Moon Knight.
I feel it's maybe one of the worst MCU movies.
Yeah. Attention! Casino's mercenaries will arrest the Prince Arthur Renee shortly. Our duty here is nearly ended. I expect no further hostilities. If you must fight, however, remember that the whole Empire fights with you.
Commander? What should I do?
Who are you?
Sir, I'm Amelia of Silver, sir. I'm new. I was only assigned to your command today. I wanted to fight for the Empire.
I don't need your life story, fool. Recruits are in front. Grab a lance and move.
Sir, yes, sir. This lance. Stab the enemy. I'm not afraid. I'm a citizen of Grado. It's my duty to fight. And I'll fight my best. This guy is a moron.
So she's called Amelia. I like how Hoost was like, Wendy, wrong game. This is Amelia.
They make a real impression. Yes, they do.
I'm a capable warrior who can who can fight. Oh, wait, no, the other thing.
I was thinking of the Mask of Zorro meme. Do you know how to use that? Yes. Pointy at the gun to the other man.
This is where the sharp bit goes in. Am I right, Captain?
Not in me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Doctor Strange is a poo movie.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
No, I hear that there is only one MCU movie worse than Doctor Strange. I've fallen out with the MCU. I've said it. I've fallen out with the MCU. I've got sick of every year having 2.5 hours of my life. I just feel like they've reached a point where they don't really know what they're doing anymore.
You know why that is?
Is it because they've done it already?
All the best characters have gone.
I mean, if
all
you
the
think
best characters are gone.
if you think about that, that's not strictly true because, like, putting Iron Man out, Iron Man was like a B roster character for Marvel at that point.
No, he isn't. He's got a proton cannon. He's the best.
Proton cannon.
Yeah,
That's why he was actually licensed to Marvel vs. Capcom, because it was easier for them to license him than it was to license Spider-Man, even though he's in the game as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Librace. I couldn't be bothered with the MCU in the first place.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? They probably would have been better off if they just like had a break for a couple of years.
Yeah, I think they should have done Endgame, and then
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I really enjoyed Endgame.
and then gone. Let's make people want more. Let's give them that refresh. Let's give them a start, and we'll go from there.
Well, I think it would have been fine doing like the TV stuff, like the Moon Knight series and stuff like that. Just take a break from the. Oh dear. You didn't really have a chance with that, did you?
Yeah.
So. But take a break with the whole like movie going experiences. I understand why you wouldn't do that because unfortunately human beings have shelf lives.
Yes.
So you can't have like Doctor Strange look the same as the Doctor Strange he was when he played the character last 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So I can understand why that happens, but it's oversaturized now.
I mean,
it just feels like that, that all these movies, everyone has a superpower.
Yeah.
It's just, there's nothing like.
Don't mind me while I just buy everything. I
No,
mean,
it's fine.
as Librace says, that's not truly like he likes the Avengers film. I think I'm one of the few people who doesn't like the first Avengers film because it just.
I like it.
It felt to me
I like
there was too much like trying to be quippy, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, but I think in the lifespan of things. Oh, sorry, I apologize for my assumptions.
You'll have to like. Well, you don't have to, but please understand.
I'm
idiots.
an idiot. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
We're old and idiots.
True.
Fine. I mean,
Ooh.
I thought we were going to get slapped then. But yeah, like,
Wait,
I preferred the Oscar only will watch the Avengers films. He doesn't actually care about any of the other Marvel characters.
I mean, that's not exactly a bad way to be, really. I mean, the problem I'm suggesting is that we have oversaturation of all the stuff that goes on in the MCU. If you're only watching select movies, that, in my opinion, like Endgame is some of the best stuff that the MCU's done, that's probably the best way to be. You can't get like upset with how much there is if you only take on a little bit of it.
Yeah. And I think like maybe he's outplayed us all in that respect. But I have let him watch Moon Knight, and he did enjoy that.
Oh yeah.
The last two episodes.
Well, how could you not?
The last two episodes involved some explanation, and like
Yeah.
the day after, after episode 5, there was a little bit of like sadness when he sort of was talking through, and he's at an age where he does sort of understand some stuff, and he's
Gareth, I have like an image in my head of your son going to bed. You tucking him in, and he just goes, "Good night, Daddy. I love hippos."
He's a big fan. He hated Steven to start off with, and that Steven ended up being his favourite character.
What, Steven?
I love Steven. I liked him from like
Steven's great.
I loved him from episode 1.
Indeed, I think that that some people get upset by the voice, and I don't think it's a problem at all.
Why do I feel like you're lying to my face?
I actually don't have a problem with it. I mean, there's a perfectly good explanation for why he has the Cockney accent.
Yeah.
There's,
because he's trying to be the character from the film.
yeah, it's not an issue. Like, people get upset with it, just need to be more educated, I guess.
Oscar loves hippos and drawing the blood of his foes on the pitch. Oscar's actually not that way when he plays football. But I will tell you this, he did something that now makes him, in my eyes, a professional Sunday League player, John. I know there's like an oxymoron in that description.
Does he watch real football and pretends he can do better?
A little bit. No, he's finally done something. We talked about Moon Knight, but my son moonlighted for a football team that he's not a member of.
It's just come to my attention, by the way, that Pony Surf said Moon Knight is lame.
Yeah.
I need to quickly make a change here to things on using my administration powers.
Now, you wouldn't be a true mod if you didn't abuse your powers from time to time.
Exactly. So, unfortunately, Pony Surf, you fall.
You've activated my trap card.
Yes. Excuse me. I could delete that post, or I could just purge.
I mean,
I'm not going to do anything, by the way. Don't worry. I'm not that guy.
he's not completely drunk on power yet.
Not yet.
I like how Seth can only move off like that one spot.
Oh yeah, he's kind of trapped by that other guy, isn't he?
I also like. Apparently, they are happy to be purged. I wonder if they enjoy the horror movie set of the same name. Actually, let's try and get some like counter hits going. And now
you mean turtle it up?
Basically, yeah. Oh, if I'd have known Loot, if Loot had, if I'd have been aware she'd been punched in the face so many times. And there we go.
Nice.
I feel weird that tonight we might actually only get one map done in all the time because we spent half of the stream voice acting.
I guess that kind of makes up for the last time we were on here when like
Thanks, Host.
daughter won.
Gareth, carefully
daughter
picking
wanted
pronouns
to-
now. He's learning.
Yeah.
I'm evolving like a lazy Pokemon.
Congrats.
I'm most definitely a lazy Pokemon.
Last time we were on here, their daughter wanted to do voice acting and didn't get to because we were doing like 2 or 3 fights in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
So I guess that kind of makes
Well,
up for that.
I've got some fun in editing because last week I received a phone call about my son in the middle of my stream. So, and I came
nice.
back and I didn't realise I had the mic muted and the overlay for when I'm away on. So, I've got some editing next week where it's going to be me, like, talking over the footage coming up. For people, if you're watching this episode, you'll have already seen that and you'll be like, yep, we've seen that, old man.
I mean, you could always do the retroactive thing.
I'm also a lazy Pokemon and use they/them at first. Yes, I have that at work because I work on the university campus and times are moving on and I'm getting old and I'm trying not to be that guy. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
I may fall into that remit from occasion. Right, I'm going to move Seth up here and then... Right, you're fine. Fine.
Yeah, as I was saying, Gareth, you could always do the retroactive thing and actually just voice over the footage.
That's what I was saying. I'll be talking over it. Garcia with an amazing level up there. Just the one. Just doing the one. That's all the skills I need. That one skill.
Yep.
So, I think this is like the slowest I've ever done this map. Also, with us talking about...
It kind of feels like a defensive map, if anything, since
Yeah.
they're all coming towards you.
Do I just... Right, how far do all these guys come? Like, can I... Right, Garcia...
I'm beginning to see whose way of thinking here. Fighters like Garcia suck. Axes are terrible weapons.
They are. What I'm trying to do is not just line everyone up for the archers.
Yeah, if anything, you should probably be proactive on this turn.
Let's try Thunder.
17. If you can get rid of a couple of these guys, you can obviously pick off the archers the next turn.
Yeah. There we go. That was good. One of our many members of the murderous child army. So he should have advantage here. And then we can hopefully put Natasha behind him and heal up.
Nice.
With us mentioning being a lazy Pokemon and Ponsoff, Ponsoff actually joined me on Twitch when I was testing out the Coromon demo.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe they joined from a local Pokemon group that I advertised through because I was like, it makes sense for me to be like, hi, I'm playing a Pokemon adjacent game. Right, so
That's cool.
if I can maybe kill off... I know it's using Seth again. Actually, can I...
Can you not just attack with Ross, like, and then finish off a character?
Or maybe I can just kill an archer?
That works too.
I mean... Ponsoff, even I forgot that. Yes. Ponsoff helped me pick my starting Coromon, which I believe was the, is it Nibelgar? The Sharky one. One Sharky boy.
One.
Yep. Professional terminology, me. So, he can kill this guy.
That kills.
He's murdering him. Another glorious child soldier amongst our ranks. And he can level up. Please be good.
Hey,
Yes.
look at that.
That's
it's
what I
luck,
want to see.
but- I mean, how important is luck in this game?
It goes towards like your evade stat and stuff. So it's pretty useful to have.
Okay.
So as long as we don't really stick like Arta or any of the mages there, they're gonna hit, aren't they? Yeah. Just about 50%.
I think Franz is going to be fine, though. Like, he's got 22 health.
Yeah. So this guy can only get to Seth, so if they all rush Seth, the next thing we need to do is we will need to start like moving Erica towards, because I think she recruits Amelia, if I remember. It's one of those where kind of if in doubt, actually
Main character.
main character will recruit them.
Where is Amelia, by the way?
She's at the bottom. I think. Yeah. Thankfully, Seth killed that mercenary who had a 1 in 5 chance of doing a crit. And we got.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
Yeah. I hope that he's not replaced the Iron Sword with the Killing Blade, because we don't need Seth critting people. Oh. Right. Let's have a little look-see.
Oh yeah, did I tell you guys that I've started riding a bicycle?
You did. I was gonna say, how's the bike riding to work going?
The bike's kind of broken.
Oh dear, I had that horrible. How many bike rides did you have before failure?
I mean, I've had it for maybe 3 weeks now.
The bike.
Yeah.
Did you buy a new bike?
No, I bought it for 20 quid.
Okay.
And it was a little bit rusty in places. So it's not the worst thing in the world that it's kind of broken. I say broken, all that happens is, so it's an 18-speed bike, so you're supposed to be able to change like lots of gears. The problem I had with it was the second gear slipped, So I'm like, okay, well I can go between 1 and 3 and everything's fine. It's fine. And then like yesterday, 3 started slipping.
Oh
so
dear.
then I was down to 1 gear. And then I got home and realized I had a flat. So I had a flat tire. So I have a flat tire, and out of an 18-speed bike, I can use 1 gear.
Also, is it also like, I can never remember whether it'd be gear 1 or gear 18, which is like the hardest work gear as well.
No,
I always
it's gear
forget
1.
how. I always
It's
hate how.
fine.
Yeah, I always forget which way those ratios work.
I couldn't tell you. I know literally, well, not nothing about bikes, but very little. So, but yeah, I mean, I definitely want to keep doing it. It's been good for my health.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting in shape using it. But kind of sucks that I paid that man £20, 20 whole pounds
20 of
a
England's
bicycle.
finest pounds.
for a bicycle, and it broke on me. I mean, who could have foreseen that when it was rusty?
I also like how I did the due diligence on it. It was rusty.
Yeah. The guy that I was working with was like, you can buy a new one. And I'm like, does a better bike exist than this one?
I refuse to
there's such a
believe
bike-
this.
It doesn't belong in this universe, obviously. But yeah,
I refuse
it's
to acknowledge
unfortunate.
this.
the only problem is that I got the flat tire as soon as I set off, and I ride for about 5 miles.
Yeah,
So it's like my bum was very sore afterwards.
I can imagine.
Because every bump is just like when you have a flat, it's just it feels like the metal bit of the rim is just gonna cave in.
Any second now.
Oh yeah, it's real bad.
Right. Does this 17? We'd be 1 short. That's annoying.
Hey, so Gareth, you've been you've been listening to the Giant Bombcast, right?
I have been listening to the Giant Bombcast.
Have you been listening to the supplementary show?
Which one?
What's it called now? The dump. The
Oh,
the
no.
mail dump.
I know what you're on about. I have
The dump
not.
truck.
Yeah.
The voicemail dump truck.
I have not. No, I have
so-
listened to the JoJo's one. So one of the things I'm just going to quickly interject with, when I was cycling a lot, was I did listen to so much more stuff like music, podcasts than I do in the car, because obviously pedaling for half an hour is that's going to happen, opposed to when you listen to half an hour or so, listen to 15 minutes in the car. I'm getting twice the listen time.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Sorry, I'm just trying to see who can get where. So weirdly enough, putting those two in there only means that one.
You're going slightly robotic, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
You had like a really weird sound that made it sound like you're using one of those terminal things. The what do they call it? Walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
The walkie-talkie sound that it goes.
Of course,
like that.
Ross critted when it didn't really matter.
Yeah, of course he does.
But more levels up, more children in the murder army, leveling up.
More luck. But yeah, the voicemail dump truck. One of the voicemails called in and said that their friends they were born in 1992, and they were called a weeaboomer
Right.
by their friends. And I just found that hilarious to think of, that somebody born in 1992 could be thought of as a weeaboomer. And obviously, a boomer isn't somebody that's born in the 40s or something like that, but
Please don't die. Please don't die.
but a weeaboomer is somebody who was
Please
oh,
don't
dear.
die. No!
Oh dear.
Right. Well, I'm not resetting. We're going to do this properly. John is like... traumatic.
Sorry, General Seth. Yeah, that's bad.
Well, there goes our best unit, in my opinion.
That's fine. I mean, this just makes it more like a Nuzlocke, right?
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be right if we just win everything, like win all the time and everything goes according to plan. We need a little bit of internet drama and spice, don't we?
Oh, is that what I'm here for?
Anyway,
I've had it wrong all this time.
I'm purposely using the weapon that almost guarantees a crit. Of course, he's going to crit when it doesn't matter. Or not at all. Cheers, Joshua. Hoost, you have 3 other cavaliers. They're all saying, no! They are not the same. Are they called Franz? Are any of them called Franz? I have one question, not questions.
Can you hex edit them so that they're called hands? Franz?
Yeah, am I just going to lazily slap on Franz's character portrait in at the corner for every character that's on a horse now?
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
There you go. The memes write themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're going to have to use the other Franz character that I was on about before then.
What was it, Kyle?
Yes. This battle isn't going well at all. Stinking mercenaries. All a bunch of worthless slugs. I could smash the whole lot of them if I had the time, but I've got to follow orders. That's the lot of a soldier, ain't it? Let's move out, troops. We're returning to the capital.
What? Are we really supposed to leave with the enemy right there? Well, at least that means the fighting is finally over.
Liberate. Here's another Franz I made earlier.
Nice.
Great, so we're not going to be able to recruit Amelia on this map.
Really? Oh, they left?
Yeah. So apparently we had until turn 10 to get there. Which would have meant being even more aggressive.
You weren't being aggressive.
Apparently not. By your standards.
I was commenting like earlier how you were turtling.
But we had to be so aggressive, we had to get there in 10 turns.
I think that's possible. You probably would have lost more than just Franz if you had, though.
Yeah.
Are you really missing out on anything? Because like Amelia.
Yeah,
seems like
Franz. I'm missing out on Franz. I'm missing out on a gentle murder boy.
Oh, he's already gone. Like, who cares about him now?
Have you ever played a game where you've on triangle strategy? Do you actually get that kind of thing? Do you like? Is it permadeath?
Not at all. No, there's no permadeath. Thank God. There's been literal maps when it was just me and one character, and it came literally down to the wire. Well, not literally, but you know, it came very much down to the wire where it could have been. It was a 50-50, and we managed to scrape through.
Hoost. Losing Franz is like losing Pele. This run now has new meaning. Pele was an absolute boss in that game.
Look at Hoost.
Yeah.
Franz recruits Amelia.
I believe you can recruit Amelia with Erica as well.
Oh, okay.
I don't think she's exclusively Franz. This is where Hoost is like, actually... Yes, but...
Actually?
Gets his pipe out. Well, actually... What I like is how apparently there's a bounty on Erica's head, and this guy's like, oh, I need the money, and yeah... Just hanging around with some barrels. Just disappointing. Right, how far...
If he were a real man, he'd just like be up there, up front. 1v1 me, bro.
Me and you, Rust. Something
You ever
like
played
that.
that?
What? Call of Duty?
No,
Or the
Rust.
game Rust? No, I've not played Rust. I've played the map Rust on Call of Duty, which reminds me, I'm terrible at shooters.
I was gonna say I don't remember you ever playing Call of Duty.
I played it very briefly when I lived across in Morecambe, and it was
Oh, yeah.
large. So basically, one of my friends didn't play Street Fighter, and I didn't play Call of Duty. So to balance it out, I'd smash him at Street Fighter, and then he'd smash me at Call of Duty.
I would have smashed both of you at both those games.
That's not true.
Our previous versus on Street Fighter Alpha 3 seemed to say it differently, Gareth.
Okay. That is true. I can't deny that.
Yeah. And I know for a
Right.
fact that I used to be pretty damn good at Call of Duty back in the day when I still had reflexes.
What are they? Well, Oscar as well, in the points of conversation, has been playing Valorant as well, which has
Yeah,
been
you
a
did
big,
mention that.
which has been a big learning curve for him because it's a keyboard and mouse game, and he's a controller player. I'm sure some people might understand some memes with that.
Yeah, get good,
Well,
essentially.
in Fortnite, there's that controller players actually get a slight aim assist to make
Really?
up. Yeah, to make up for the fact that they're not using keyboard and mouse.
Okay. I mean, some
Um,
people might say that controller players might actually have a slight advantage, though, because they have two hands to build with.
in Fortnite,
Yeah.
it's a different command set to build with, and again, it's down
Obviously,
to it's down to
mean,
experience as well.
I mean, one hand can be on the mouse and everything, and you can have, obviously, more than just the two buttons on the mouse, but...
Yeah,
I don't know. I suppose it's give and take, really, isn't it?
I feel there's definitely like an element of what you're used to. What he got called a Smurf, having only he had the game less than like 48 hours for sure, and
You've
someone
been
was
dyeing your son blue again, Gareth. What are you
not this
doing?
time.
Okay.
But I just found it funny that he was being labelled thus. Let's give.
So how did he get labelled that? Is it just like somebody sent him a message, or
Yeah,
is
someone
there-
on the messages sent him a PM and was like, "Oh, you're smurfing," because in one round he died in all the other rounds, but in one round he literally just with a pistol ran around and took everyone out with one shot.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
which isn't really in my head. It's like, oh, it's not that he's a skilled player. Like people can get lucky and do cool stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I actually
that's
on
the
my-
best
on
bit
my
of
original-
gaming.
On my original YouTube video channel, I have like a quad feed, which if anyone has actually played like Call of Duty or anything, like knows what that is. It's a search and destroy thing where you get all the kills. Very impressive, I know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. I will accept all
Your
congratulations.
PP must be so huge from that, John. Just massive.
Oh, it was. I was actually genuinely like, yes!
Yes!
I am the greatest. Behold,
Yeah.
I am the greatest.
My
Who's this asking
my
which
views
card?
on life have changed since then. Which card? It wasn't. Was it Modern Warfare 2? It was Modern Warfare 2 with the shotgun that acted like a railgun. I forget what it was called.
Was it called the BFG?
No, it was a shotgun that had like a small like hip radius, but it had like long range.
Right. See, those
People aren't
guys
here to talk about COD. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah.
It's not important.
got the Axe Reaver, eh?
Ooh.
Interesting. We got the anti-axe weapon for the axe holder.
Yay! Franz would
Uh,
have been good with that, wouldn't he?
It might have been okay for him. Yeah. Supply. Give. Wait. I'm going to
What
see
are the
if...
torches used for, by the way?
On the Fog of War maps,
Hmm.
they're like a flare, so they increase the radius of vision. Unfortunately, the torches that we found for the previous map with the spider on it, we had in the convoy. Helpful, right?
Unfortunate. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, this is a Pegasus Knight that might do something.
Oh, I was fully expecting it to miss one of those.
I mean, 85% seemed right.
Seemed likely, but, you know, it's still going to happen.
Right, so there. Let's start luring these guys out.
Speaking of hit percentages, by the way, how do you feel about, like, games that don't have those?
What, you mean
There
don't
was,
have them or don't show them?
Don't have them. There's a... I forget exactly which game, but there is a strategy game that's like... That's what it is. It's the Warhammer 40k strategy game that came out.
Right.
It plays exactly like this. It's a strategy RPG game, but it doesn't have percentages to hit.
Okay.
If you do something, it will do it.
So it's guaranteed.
It's guaranteed to hit.
Which is weird for a Warhammer game. A tabletop game based on chance.
Yeah, but I think it's an interesting way to go because obviously most other games, like I'm thinking of XCOM and things like that,
Yeah.
you have these weird situations where, you know, that it's not like this where characters are set side by side.
Yeah.
Like there can be mass distances between characters, or they could be stood right next to each other with a shotgun in the face and 95% hit chance and missing, which means that your character is dead and it's very frustrating.
I mean,
I
I don't know what you're talking about, John. I don't know what you're on about. Like a game with percentages where, you know, anything 60% or lower always hits, but your maybe 70% and above chances miss. I just don't know what you mean, John.
Yeah. I just find it interesting that they would go for that. It means that you can be more concrete in your strategies. Yeah. Because there are other ways in which the game is very much stacked against you.
So let's see. Am I going to get hit for 11 here?
Yes.
50% chance. 1 in 2. Coin toss. Oh, well. More XP for the
Franz is in his grave going, yeah, it could have been worse.
I mean, he could have been the Black Knight, and he could have been like, 'tis but a scratch, but sadly,
yep,
he is not. That's kind of interesting.
So, Hoost has actually put something interesting. So, the War of the Gods,
War of the Chosen.
War of the Chosen has swords that cannot miss. I didn't realize that they could ever miss. That seems like a real bad thing to have.
Not a good idea.
No, that seems terrible. Because basically, like in XCOM, everybody has ranged weapons.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah. And going up close to somebody, if you don't kill them, usually means your death. So...
They can miss in vanilla XCOM too. It was not very good.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy moly. That sounds terrible. I'm glad they changed that.
Yep. Right. I can't move Tana any closer. Oh, I can move her one closer.
By the way, that was something I've been meaning to bring up. Did you remember that in Breath of Fire 3, you can have fusions?
Yes.
I think that's hilarious.
You get them in 4 as well, don't you?
I don't know. Like, you remember my memory. You know how my memory is. It's terrible. Like, I don't remember anything.
I understand.
And I came across this ability to... If anyone's unsure what that means, is you just, like... You do the fusion dance. You dance about a bit. You touch the person that you want to fuse with, and you become one person.
Yeah.
And in this case, it's not a person that you become, but a dragon.
Yes.
Because
you can get variants of certain dragons as well. So you can get, there's Behemoth, but then you can do the Behemoth and do it with Ree, is it? I think is called.
Right.
So there's like tons and tons of like stuff that you can do, and it is all cool in my opinion. In my humble weeb opinion,
I'm right there with you.
And that's one of the things that I remember very fondly about Breath of Fire is... Oh, I had a support conversation. I missed it. Is the fusion stuff and, like, just the ridiculous, like, sprites and stuff. Breath of Fire 4 also had, like, the... do you remember having to find, like, the hidden dragons where you did bonds with?
No.
Like,
I don't remember.
And you'd have, big cutscenes with them.
I barely remember playing that game.
Yeah.
The
Even though you owned
about
it.
Yeah, it's right behind me.
Yeah.
I barely remember anything apart from you also get to play as the bad guy.
Fulao.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting term.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Having finished Breath of Fire 3, spoiler, you kind of play as the bad guy in Breath of Fire 3.
That's up for debate.
You sure?
Yes, I am.
Because anyone here in chat gonna play Breath of Fire 3 before I say what I want to say? I'm gonna give you like 30 seconds or so, just to get yourself together. Thank you, Joshua, for critting. Doing the old shadow clone jutsu and ending a man's life.
And getting a decent level up there too.
Yeah. You did okay. Boy did good. Attack. I mean, I could kill that guy, or I can weaken this one up. Okay, no one said anything in chat. You've had ample time to respond. I don't care if you're at work or got jobs or other priorities.
Nope, nobody cares.
No one cares now. You play as Tipo, and he's kind of like the prototype Fulao.
I mean, you don't play as... You play very shortly as Tipo, but...
What? I misread some numbers.
Well done, Ross. Good job.
What game has the best players? Is it Final Fantasy VII? Do you play as Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII?
You do, quite short. For a short amount of time. You
really don't remember that.
Yeah, when you go to Nibelheim for the first time.
Oh.
Is it Nibelheim?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it is.
Do you remember Mark Everard from school?
Unfortunately, yes.
He was obsessed with the name Nibelheim and all the various ways you could, like, pronounce it. He was very excited by that location, and I still don't quite fully understand the whys, but here we are.
Probably because he's not all there, maybe.
I've just watched someone play Sifu, and that has a pretty epic bad guy. That's the one where you have to win at the right age, isn't it, as well?
Well, no, if you lose your age,
you get older.
But your stats do. Your health goes down, but your stats go up.
Yeah. But
I really want to play that. It seems like a really cool game.
Who has the support? So she has a support with Joshua. You were Joshua.
Hey, I've been hearing good things about you lately. Everyone's real happy you've been helping to heal them.
Really? That's nice to hear. I do what little I can, but I'm glad if I've been helpful.
Oh, you have. Rest assured. You don't just mend flesh. Your smile eases all our pain. So, I may have lost our bet. But everything seems to have turned out for the best, right?
Joshua? I just do what I can to help, to stay out of everyone's way.
I'm just saying that you've saved a lot of lives out there.
Sorry,
We've got other healers, I know, but you're more than that. You're special.
Special!
I may be the most cynical of our lot, but even I can see that.
Joshua, you're far too kind.
Don't be so humble. You deserve the praise.
If you say so.
Well, I do. So keep it up.
I'll do what I can.
Nice smile. Creepy.
I also like when he used the phrase, and I quote, "You don't just mend flesh." Because that wasn't weird at all.
Oh yeah, so Hoos was asking what the best plays the bad guy section could be.
Yeah. Which is why I asked about Final Fantasy VII, because I just don't remember that.
Yeah, you do play as Sephiroth for like one fight, and then you realise that he's immensely OP.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. Because he does like... is it not partly like a memory of Cloud?
Kinda, yeah. I forget exactly when that happens, but it's... you're on the road, there's a big monster. I think you play as Cloud. Sorry,
Yeah.
as Cloud. And you get, like, wiped out almost immediately.
Yeah.
And then Sephiroth is just like, hang on a second, I've got this giant sword.
Did you know
defeats
I'm
him,
kind
like-
of the boss of this game? I'm pretty
Yeah,
good,
I'm
you
kind
know.
of everything here.
Right, so we've got the advantage on him, but she's only going to hit him for 4. It's Cloud's flashback to Nibelheim. It's right before you leave Midgar. Right, that
Right
explains
after
that.
you leave Midgar.
Yeah.
Isn't... You sure it's right after that? I mean, it's been a long time since I played it, but... I seem
Right.
to remember something happens when you get to the first town after leaving Midgar.
Right. Will Joshua crit this guy and we just walk away from here? Blast! That ain't right. These guys are too tough. 5,000 gold ain't nearly enough for this. Good. Good. Share the XP around, Joshua. Pass it round. Oh no, my sword broke. If only I had another sword.
I was going to say, didn't you get exactly another one just in this
Yes.
fight?
I
Okay.
did. The gap between right after and the first town is about 30 seconds.
I mean, it's still there.
Slap fight.
So the reason I was saying it like that is because obviously the remake ends when you leave Midgar. So that's what I was thinking. But obviously, you know, that game has like a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, you see Sephiroth within the like first 10 minutes of playing the remake, which I wasn't prepared for, by the way. That bit kind of screwed me up. Like you're just walking
Right.
down a back alley somewhere and Sephiroth just
Crit.
shows up in front of you.
Sorry. Seth Ross down a back alley. What's he doing down a back alley?
Invading your mind, it quite seems like.
Hmm,
I feel like I
Zero.
saw somebody else have a support conversation. By the way, I think it was Loot with somebody.
Yeah, it'll be with Arta.
Hmm.
Will Arta murder this man? Oh.
I'm trying to think of
We-
a good section where he plays the bad guy.
I'm trying to think of games where you have that happen, or more often.
There's not many where you do really, because
That stinking Pablo, he lied to me! God damn it, Pablo.
I feel like for most games you can't play as the bad guy because you want to establish them as an evil person.
Hmm.
And for them to be an evil person, you can't really take control of them. But
Yeah.